Elaine Morris stood in front of the mirror, brushing her graying hair into a neat bun. She was 71 and had always considered herself active. But lately, her legs betrayed her. First, it was the stairs. Just a single flight left her breathless and aching. Then came the small stumbles, a near fall outside the grocery store, a shaky moment getting out of bed. The worst came last week when she tried to carry laundry upstairs and had to sit halfway up, legs trembling under her. "I guess I'm just getting old," she told her daughter over the phone. But her daughter, a physical therapist, wasn't having it. "Mom, age alone doesn't make your legs weak. There are reasons, and we can do something about them. But you have to act now, before it gets worse." Elaine was skeptical, but she listened, and what her daughter told her changed everything. Number 1. Muscle loss, sarcopenia. The first reason was simple but powerful. After age 50, people lose muscle mass, sometimes as much as 1% per year. It's called sarcopenia, and it's not just about vanity. As muscle shrinks, so does strength, balance, and stability. And most people, like Elaine, don't realize it's happening until something goes wrong. 2. Inactivity. "I'm active," Elaine insisted. Her daughter challenged her to list her daily movements: a short walk to the mailbox, some cooking, watching TV. "That's not enough, Mom." Without regular strength training or walking at a brisk pace, the legs weaken. Muscles only stay strong when they're used and challenged. Elaine hadn't realized how sedentary her lifestyle had become. 3. Poor circulation. Elaine also had high blood pressure and had been prescribed medication a few years ago. But her daughter explained that as we age, circulation can decline. If blood isn't flowing well, the legs don't get enough oxygen and nutrients. The result? Fatigue, heaviness, even pain. 4. Nutrient deficiencies. Elaine hadn't thought about vitamins much, but tests revealed she was low in vitamin D, magnesium, and vitamin B12, all critical for muscle function and nerve health. Low D meant poor calcium absorption and weaker bones. Low magnesium caused cramps and fatigue. B12 deficiency contributed to tingling and balance issues. No wonder her legs felt like they were giving out. 5. Nerve damage, neuropathy. The tingling Elaine sometimes felt in her feet? She chalked it up to cold weather. But it was actually early peripheral neuropathy, a condition where the nerves in the legs become damaged, often from diabetes, inflammation, or B12 deficiency. Damaged nerves can cause pain, numbness, and muscle weakness. 6. Joint problems, arthritis. Elaine also had mild arthritis in her knees. A little stiffness in the morning, she called it. But over time, joint pain had caused her to avoid movement. Less movement meant weaker muscles, especially around the knees and hips, the very muscles needed to support the joints. It became a vicious cycle. 7. Imbalance in muscle groups. Her daughter explained that even healthy seniors often have imbalanced leg muscles. Weak hamstrings, overused quads, tight hip flexors, these create poor movement patterns. Elaine had been walking slightly hunched for years without noticing. This imbalance puts extra strain on joints and makes the legs work harder than they should. 8. Poor sleep and recovery. Elaine slept fitfully, often waking 2 or 3 times a night. She assumed that was normal for her age. But poor sleep prevents the body from repairing muscle tissue. It raises inflammation and reduces energy levels, both of which affect leg strength and coordination. 9. Medications that weaken muscles. She was shocked to learn that her cholesterol-lowering statin, while important, could contribute to muscle weakness in some people. Certain medications, including blood pressure pills and diuretics, can interfere with muscle function or deplete important nutrients like potassium and magnesium. Her doctor agreed to adjust her medications slightly and monitor her symptoms. 10. Fear of falling. Perhaps the most surprising reason of all was psychological. Elaine had slowly begun to fear falling. She avoided uneven ground, declined outings, and clung to railings. That fear made her move less, and the less she moved, the more her muscles weakened. Fear, it turned out, was making her frailer. After hearing all 10 reasons, Elaine sat in silence. "Can I really do something about this?" she asked. Her daughter smiled. "Yes, but you have to start now." Together, they created a plan. Not a complicated one, but consistent. Every morning, Elaine drank a small smoothie with vitamin D and magnesium supplements. Her doctor prescribed a weekly B12 shot for a month to replenish her levels. She added 5 minutes of strength training with resistance bands to her day, squats holding onto a chair, leg lifts from the couch. Her daughter taught her simple stretches to loosen her hip flexors and strengthen her glutes. Elaine also began walking again, slowly at first, then more briskly, using a walking stick for balance until she regained confidence. She got fitted for shoes with better arch support. She asked her doctor to review her medications. She started wearing compression socks during long periods of sitting to support circulation. And she began journaling her daily progress, tracking how often she felt strong and when she didn't. Weeks passed, then a month, then two. By spring, Elaine wasn't just climbing the stairs without stopping, she was leading her neighborhood walking group. Her legs still ached from time to time, but they felt reliable again. She felt steady, confident, alive. At their next lunch, Elaine looked across the table at her daughter. "You were right," she said. "I thought my legs were getting weaker just because I was aging. But it was all these little things piling up, and now I'm stronger than I've been in years." Her daughter nodded. "You did the work, Mom, and you did it before it was too late." Not everyone gets that chance, but Elaine's story wasn't unique. All across her community and the world, seniors just like her were learning that leg strength after 50 doesn't have to fade into weakness. Not if you understand the reasons, not if you act on them. Because age might bring change, but it doesn't have to bring collapse. Not if you stand up, quite literally, and fight back.